Hey guys, Mom's Three Girls. So I was supposed to give you the breakdown of the frequently asked questions for City Fheps yesterday and I didn't. So listen up, save this video if you ever have to refer back to it. So this is frequently asked questions for City Fheps. I'm only gonna go through 3 pages. It's 3 out of 15 and I'll do another video tonight on the rest, okay? So here we go. City Fheps frequently asked questions. What is City Fheps? City Fheps is a rental assistance program to help individuals and families find and keep housing. It is administered by the Department of Social Services, which is known as DSS, which includes both the Department of Homelessness Services, DHS, and Human Resources Administration, which is called HRA. So you're gonna hear a lot of these words being thrown around if you're speaking to a caseworker, DSS, HRA, DHS. So you know they're 3 different entities. Here's the next question. Can I get City Fheps if I am in an HAR or DHS shelter? Here's the answer. Not every individual or family who is currently in a shelter will qualify for the program. If you are moving out of a DHS or HAR shelter, your household must not have lived in the residence that you are now moving to at any time within the past year. In order to get City Fheps, your households must meet the following requirements. Must have a gross income at or below 200% or of the federal poverty level. Be on cash assistance if eligible. Not qualify for any other rental assistance program, including Fheps, which is FHEPS, which is it's the same thing, but it's a little different because there's different qualifications. If you are a single adult making minimum wage and work at least 35 hours per week, your gross income can be more than 200% of the federal poverty level. Remember, in order to be qualified for City Fheps, you have to be 200% of the poverty level. Got it? Or facing eviction, right? So there's many different guidelines. And it must meet one of the following requirements. So you have to meet one of the following requirements out of these 4 that I'm going to read. Be a family living in a DHS shelter, or be a single adult living in a DHS shelter, reside in a HRA shelter, reside in a DHS shelter, and be eligible for HRA. Do you hear Max? He's growling. Why is he growling? Max, enough. Quiet. The next one, sorry for the dog. The next one, 2. It also meets one of the following additional requirements. The household includes an adult who has been working, subsidized or unsubsidized, 10 weeks per week for the last 30 days. Someone in the household has a disability, receives federal disability benefits, or is in receipt of ongoing cash assistance and is on We Care SSI track. Someone in the household is 60 years of age or older. Someone 18 or over is exempt from cash assistance, work requirements because they are in need at a stay-at-home family member to take care of them. So anybody who is a caretaker for a disabled family member, that matters. The household includes someone who serves in the U.S. Armed Forces. The household is living in a DHS shelter that is about to close. The household was referred by City Fheps qualifying program, and DSS determined that City Fheps was needed to shorten the shelter stay. If you are in a DHS shelter and this applies to you, your case manager will see a note on your case record. If you are moving out of a DHS shelter or HRA shelter, your household must not have lived in the residence that you are now moving to at any time within the past 12 months. If you have any questions about City Fheps and your eligibility, you should talk to your housing specialist or your case manager. Here's the next question. Can I get help paying the application fees for my apartment if I'm living in a DHS shelter? If you are living in a DHS shelter, we can possibly pay the application fees for your apartment. You like how they put that in? Possibility. Speak to your case manager if you need this help. So if you are needing help, trying to pay for fees for your applications for these apartments, for your apartment journey, you can definitely have those application fees taken care of through HRA or DHS. Just let your caseworker or housing specialist know on both sides. Here is the next question. Can I get a city Fheps if I am experiencing street homelessness? If you are experiencing street homelessness, staying in a drop-in center, or living in a transitional house setting, you need to be receiving services from DHS contracted provider in order to be eligible for city Fheps. You can also be eligible for city Fheps if you are residing in a permanent housing after being placed out of a drop-in center, transitional housing and setting, or directly from the street. You will need the following basic eligibility requirements below. So here they are. You must have a gross income at or below 200% of the poverty level. So these are the same requirements that I read in the beginning. Be on cash assistance if eligible, not qualify for any other rental program. If you are a single adult making minimum wage and work at least 35 hours per week, your gross income can be more than 200% of the federal poverty level. If you have any questions about city Fheps and your eligibility, please speak to your housing specialist or your case manager. Next quick question, and then I'm going to cut it from here. How will I know if I'm eligible for city Fheps? You know that you might be eligible for city Fheps when you receive a shopping letter and a household share letter. These letters are issued by DSS and will be provided by your housing specialist or case manager. Once you have these letters, you can start to look for housing. Once you find housing, you must tell your housing specialist or case manager. They will help you submit the required documents so that DSS can determine if you're eligible for city Fheps, if your housing qualifies for the program. Next question, do I have to be on cash assistance to get city Fheps? If your household is eligible for cash assistance, you have to be receiving those benefits. Additionally, you cannot have a sanction on your case. A sanction is when you or someone in your household do not comply with HRA rules and your household gets less benefits. If you or someone else in your household has a sanction, you must go to DSS HIR Benefit Access Center to clear it before you get city Fheps. How long can I keep getting city Fheps? The city Fheps program generally provides up to 4 annual renewals with additional extensions available for good cause. This 5-year maximum does not apply to households that receive someone who includes someone who is 60 years old or older, or that include an adult who receives federal disability benefits. Renewals are subject to households continuing to meet the eligibility requirements and the continued availability and funding. What do I do with the shopping and household share letter? Once you have been identified as possible eligible to receive city Fheps by DSS, your case manager or housing specialist will give you 2 documents, a shopping letter and a household share letter. Receiving these letters does not mean that you are definitely eligible for city Fheps. It only means that you are potentially eligible for city Fheps. Your eligibility for the program will only be determined once you have found a qualifying apartment, single room occupancy, which is stated as an SRO unit, or a room that your case manager or housing specialist submits a package of the required documents. Once you've received the shopping letter and household share letter, review and discuss them with your case manager or housing specialist. If the person or income information on those letters is accurate, your case manager or housing specialist will begin to help you look for permanent housing. You will be responsible for looking for permanent housing because your housing specialist will not, I'm telling you that, your housing specialist will not help you with housing. So you have to be responsible. They are only responsible to complete your paperwork, submit it to DSS, and then follow up from there. I hope this is helpful. I'm going to read the rest of the frequently asked questions this evening. So I'm going to label this part 1. If you are following me, I will label the rest of the city Fheps. City Fheps frequently asked questions part 2, so you know to keep up, okay? Have a great day.